I hadn't moved this tripod in like 2 years. And now I'm still trying to figure stuff out. There we go, all right. And now, so that people don't freak out, I'm gonna take the shoes off. You know in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, when he would come home and he'd take off his coat and he'd put on his cardigan? It's like that, with the ducky slippers. You might say, why is the lighting different? That's because a large portion of the lighting that I filmed this with is from the natural light outside, and it's 7 p.m. So the light's different. Hold on a sec, kiddos. Alright, so, there's a video that's, it starts out with if I was a dude and I was a vampire. Anyway, I don't remember where that was going. I was thinking, what is the thing that I do the best? Because one of the things that we all know is that I'm not actually super great at playing the keytar, because I spend my time doing other dumb stuff, like throwing stuff on the ground, making YouTube videos, and like I made this. I made, earlier today, the ghost ship chart from The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, and like this is fantastic. This is really good. I'm not really good at playing keytar. And like we know that, but every once in a while someone comments on it, it makes it hard to keep wanting to take videos. So I was like, what do I do best? I open up boxes and review random things. This was on eBay, it's called the My Song Maker Keytar. I can't find a lot of information about it, but when I opened this up, I noticed, I was like, oh, that looks like a gun. You know, like, gun. That's how guns work. I could probably go up to any of my family members and be like, this is how a gun works, right? And they're gonna be like, no, it doesn't. But so, as you might be aware right now, I have a limited number of batteries. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna put some batteries in this, and then we will pick back up. But so yeah, this is the My Song Maker playable keyboard. And it was like 40 bucks, which all things considered is not that much money, especially when you are raking in the YouTube ad revenue. I don't know if you guys know this, but I am loaded. I am just rolling in the YouTube money. So I just bought this, and it has 22 functional keys and 3 keys that operate as buttons. So if we go from this G up, hey. Those are all keys that play notes. This one activates a metronome for some reason. This one can change the speed of it, and this one activates the greatest demo I've ever heard. Once you start the demo, you cannot stop the demo unless you turn off the entire instrument. And it doesn't just play it once and stop. It keeps going, making it very similar to the experience many people have had going on It's a Small World and having the boat bottom out and you're stuck on the ride. So this is actually secretly a Disney World simulation device. This is not a keytar, and to judge it as a keytar would be to do it a disservice. For example, I have never had to judge a keytar by how many gun sounds it has. I was not the only person who looked at this and was like, oh, that looks like a gun, because the 8 special sounds on it includes, oh, I turned it off, right? Rifle gun, machine gun number 1, and machine gun number 2. I actually had to take this apart to clean the contacts because the keys were clearly left somewhere really dirty, and I had to take this apart. And I think my favorite thing about this is the fact that these lights here are real light bulbs. They're grain of wheat light bulbs. I'm so used to LEDs being in everything that opening up something old enough where there was like long stretches of wire that had been hot glued together so that it would stay in place, and wires and like really big components sitting on the circuit boards. It's just interesting. The more I start taking stuff apart, the more I realize like how things changed over time. Even though I don't know how to do 80% of the stuff that I do, I have this thing in my head that's like, if people find out you don't know how electronics work, they're not gonna like you anymore. Which is amazing because most people don't like me anyway. So speaking of which, if you like this content and you want to see more like it, please leave a comment on this video and give us a like. Us being me, it's just me. This video is me and 29 keytars. I do need to get more hooks for the walls because the great fall of the keytar wall has really been just a crime and I need to address it, but I haven't done that yet. But that's not what happened. See, I said I was gonna make a YouTube video today because I had the day off from work, and I got a couple things done, and then I did this entire thing from scratch, including digitizing the file. It was upside down, there we go. And so I just kind of kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off because I know there's not that much content that I can get out of this, and there's not that much content I can get out of like discussing my insecurities with doing things that I don't normally do. Despite the fact that I've divided the world up into things I don't normally do and things that I don't normally do but that I'm afraid of. And it's like, I didn't know how to do this before I started doing these things. I just learned, but I don't know why opening up anything electronic, I'm like, if people find out that I have a soldering iron, but I'm not good at it, they're not gonna like me. When meanwhile, I have over 20 keytars and I'm not good at it, and some people still like me. But anyway, the good news is, I kept putting it off. I kept putting it off, being like, I will put the video later. Guess what happened? So, like a year ago, almost, I found, there goes my thyroid medication. I posted a video where I found a $31 keytar replica. And I talk about replicas in the context of like Lolita fashion, where people will make garments that are intended to be exactly the same as another garment, but at a lower quality. And then they make these knowing that people will accidentally purchase the garment of the lower quality, believing that they are purchasing the garment of the higher quality. I thought it was interesting that the big fun keyboard that I found that was $31 was very much the same sort of thing, where they clearly were expecting people who were thinking that they were buying the Sonogenic, the SHS 300. Anyway, then somebody, I will put your name on the screen right now because I've forgotten it, sent an email to me at pink@pinkandthekeytarcat.com to say, did you know that Big Fun is back on their bullshit? They have done it again. So, I might need to go get the other one. Yeah, I'm just gonna like do you guys know when you like thought you were just watching a really boring video and then someone points out it's actually fetish content? And that's like why it's taking them forever to pick up the vase full of frosting, is because it's actually them edging people who are into sploshing. And the reason why I'm really uncomfortable with it is because I was watching fetish content and didn't know, and just the way that everything seems a little bit off. Anyway. That's not related to this. I'm gonna go get the other keytar real fast. I know where it is, which always surprises people. I know where all my stuff is. Okay, real quick, I just want to say one more thing. We're gonna go back to the other toy keytar real fast because I'm gonna grab my modern toy keytar, this one. I love this thing. This thing is so funny to me. It's the one where if you play too many keys, it intentionally makes a slamming noise. Because somebody recognized that the most fun thing to do with a keytar is to actually just slam your keys all over it. Whereas someone realized that with this, the most fun thing to do with a keytar is to pretend it's a gun. But this is the Big Fun BF3755. Mine, notably, is already halfway broken. I didn't even do anything bad to it. But worth noting also is that the same sound chip, or a similar sound chip, and definitely many of the same parts, is used in this toy keyboard that I found at Goodwill. which is borderline unplayable because of the way that it culls other notes out. You can't play with two hands. But they use the same power button, and that's why I got it. It's just interesting to me when you find all the same components being used and reused, and obviously it's because they're cheap. But anyway, the reason that I'm getting to this is because this, while we're getting relevant keytars up here actually, we do need to address the Roland AX9 Lucina. The reason we need to talk about this real fast will become apparent. See, now I'm a weird edging video. So the Roland Lucina has Roland's signature setup of the pitch strip and the modulation bar that allows you to adjust both components with one hand. You get your normal number of keys. You have D-beam, in case you've ever been like, oh, holy cow, I need D-beam. Keys with no aftertouch. It was designed so that you can play it like this, or you can stand up and play it as a keytar, as you should be, you pussy. Here we are with the big fun PKBRD 37WT. PKBRD most likely being portable keyboard, 37 being 37 keys, WT being white. Now the notable main difference between this keytar and the big fun BF3755 is that the BF3755 cost me $31. And this particular keytar replica, which I originally found being sold on AliExpress for $21 each with a minimum lot purchase of over 200, now is being sold on the good old, I am honestly not trying to take a long time taking this off, it's just taking a long time. It's also really hot in this room. It is so toasty. I do not want to be wearing a freaking button-down shirt and tights and bike shorts and a petticoat and a skirt right now, but you know what? I do it for you, and because I don't want to stop filming to take another thing. So here we are. The other notable thing about this was that this thing cost me, while shipping was free, this did cost me like 90 bucks. And the only reason I did it was for y'all. I did it for y'all. So, here we go. This is the PKBRD 37WT. Maximum sound level up to 92 decibels. I should know what, like, decibel normal things are, but that actually means nothing to me. 2-in-1 karaoke keyboard, play and sing on. This one is by Pyle USA. The reason this is important is because, where the heck did that pink one go? This one is also by Pyle USA. I wonder if this is gonna have the exact same problem that this keyboard has. So I'm gonna demonstrate this keyboard real fast. It does like 7 notes at once, but if you play a note and then try to play it octaves up, it won't play. And that's what makes it borderline useless. All right, well, I wonder if this is the same problem. Anyway, electronic plug-in operation, portable piano with built-in rechargeable battery. Okay, here is the one thing that's really annoying. Why are the cheap, crappy keyboards, why are they the only ones that are coming with built-in rechargeable batteries? Ooh, I get a microphone. The reason I'm interested in this actually is that this has a mic jack, and I did not have an 1/8-inch mic to plug into it to see what it does. So this has immediately become useful for something that they were not expecting it to be useful for at all. This also feels like the cheapest mic I've ever seen. I probably broke it doing that. All right. I told myself this wasn't going to be a video with all the keytars in it. Here we are. We got styrofoam instead of packing foam. But let's take a moment to display the front real fast. Everybody who's curious, yes, that is what the Lucina looks like. This is notably, it's a pretty good size. Choice! All right. And it charges via USB-C, instead of micro USB. That's nice. I think this one also charged with USB-C. Yes, which is a little bit impressive. Also convenient because that's what my phone charges with. And if you thought that I had my crap together enough to be able to do anything else, no. So this is a high quality plastic. This is actually, like, this is distinct. This is just a replica of the Lucina. This isn't like an accidentally similar thing. Much like how I was discussing how this is actually just, like, there's distinct design choices that were made. I know this is very generic looking, but they made a choice to have a round series of speaker holes in an otherwise entirely square device. And then this one does the same thing with the round speaker holes in the entirely square machine. That was intentional. This is made to look like this. And this is made to look like this. It does feel cheap, as you would expect. Okay. We have a sustain bar. This says sustain. I don't know if this is a sensor or if this is a piece of plastic. I'm suspecting the second. All these buttons, these are not rubbery buttons, these are hard plastic. The pearl finish is kind of nice. And then up here I have Start, Stop, Demo, Teach with OKON mode. The Big Fun BK whatever it is. Does it say who made you? Does it say who made you anywhere on you? Is Big Fun the answer? Can I take you apart? Anyway, if the sustain actually works on this, then that'll be exciting. That'll give it an actual vague keytar function. We do have real strap buttons. Does it come with a strap? Do I get a strap in this, or do I just get a microphone? So we're gonna have to use the microphone as a strap. As we know, this is the proper way to use a microphone. So, it looks like we've got, I was about to say, why are all these keys grouped like this? Same, small. Same, gap. Same, gap. Same. Why are they like this? I know why they're like this, but why are they like this? So let's turn this on. This has the on function in the same spot the Lucina has the volume control. All right, we're on. We are on setting. Okay. This is ominous. I turn it on, and it starts counting from 200 down. What happens when we reach 0? Whoa, wait a second. Okay, so first of all, oh, so it's counting down because this button is stuck. This button is stuck. But did you folks hear jazz scat for a moment? Did you folks hear that? So, let's turn this on, and we're gonna turn this on. The power switch on the Lucina is actually back here. But as you know, this has the most important special tone out of all of them. Oh, let's turn our volume all the way. Did you hear that? We heard that somewhere in here. It was in... Oh good, this beeps. When you press the button, it beeps. That's a great feature. I'm so glad that's here. important though is that jazz scat, the really key function is that it arbitrarily, theoretically, the harder you tap, the different the notes are, so that it sounds kind of like real scat. But when you're actually playing it, it appears to just pick randomly. And this does not appear to have that magical element. But still. It's got discount jazz scat. We cannot deny the importance of that. So let's get back to sound number 0. Now that we've resolved why it was ominously counting down, that is probably as exciting as this is going to actually be. So, we have sustain, vibration, and echo. That is absolutely awful vibrato. That reminds me of the sound over that we get on the Cup of Noodles keytar when you pick the option that says human voice. Now you'll notice that I've not yet tested polyphony on this. The black keys have this like weird, sorry bud, this weird like wood texture built into them too. I haven't tested polyphony because on my other Pyle keyboard, the polyphony is the single most disappointing element of it. But I guess we're gonna turn off echo first. Ooh. This isn't terrible. This isn't terrible at all. Ooh, we get tubular bells. No, we don't. That is awful. That is not what tubular bells are supposed to sound like. Where is my DX100? Okay, so I'm out of space on the bed right now to showcase this, so here's going to be an in-cut of what good tubular bells should sound like. Oh, you suddenly turned into good tubular bells. Oh. I guess the sustain just matters. Let's try starting sustain on. They're still awful. I still have a headache. Let's see. How do I stop? Okay, that's bad. That's really bad. Okay, and then I assume this little touchpad doesn't do anything. Let's... Okay, does sustain... Is this just a... Oh. Okay. Nope. Okay, so function-wise, in terms of just basic functions, it's not awful. There is going to be a lot of searching to see what does tone switch do. Apparently nothing. We're going to have to work to see if there are any redeeming tones at all. What it does have is stereo speakers and a lot of room up here. So people who are into circuit bending, which may or may not begin to include me sometime in the near future, this has a lot of potential for that, assuming that it doesn't break like this asshole did. Okay, so now let's see. How many keys do we get at once? Excuse you? Where's an organ sound? Oh. Okay. I think this is supposed to be some kind of really non-intuitive speed dial. Well, let's see. Okay, so it does call out, which is fine. Okay, so that's it looks like it's got about 8 notes. Yes, as we all know, what Furelise has always been missing is a drum track. Folks, PyleUSA.com, making the decisions everyone else is afraid to make. They know what the people want, and what the people want is a rhythm track. I gotta stop that one before I get a copyright strike. Okay, well, this has been a pretty good little surprise. I was not expecting this to be in any way enjoyable. This is like just good enough to where I can't hate it, but not good enough to where it's good. That said, we get 37 keys. We do not get anything vaguely indicating anything sort of like, you don't get good tones, you don't get good quality. But honestly, as far as if you're going to be stealing somebody else's idea, this is not the worst done that it does. It's the only functional keytar that I have that has a rechargeable battery. You get an actual sustain button up here. I would love if we could remap that to anything. I assume through the magic of circuit bending we will be able to. It was only $90 as far as things that you can break. I'd way rather break this than an SHS 10, because then you're not destroying a critical piece of keytar history. How do I turn this off? So yeah, as far as stolen designs go, they picked a pretty decent one. It's got some weird, like, updated versions. It also does not have, the Lucina has this nice thing. The Lucina and the AX Edge both do this nice thing. Wait, where does the microphone plug in? it came with a microphone. What does the microphone do? Okay, stop. Okay, you get some effects. You get some... Is this thing a stupid size? I mean, like, a lot of keytars are way too stupid small. It's not bad. Oh, I feel bad for liking it. I feel bad for liking it. Okay. Does the mic really just, like... You gotta, like, cup the microphone, right? That's the thing that, like, is really controversial about, like, screaming things. Yeah. There's that video that Jared Dines did where I asked people to do a metal scream, and the only people who can do it are the people who already knew how to do it. Does it, when it says record, is it gonna record, like, the things that I say and then play that back? No, it does this. No, what does record do? I don't know what the record button does. No. Shoot. I feel weird for not being disappointed. Like, yeah, is it disappointing for $100? Especially if you thought that you were getting this? Yeah, that's massively disappointing. But if you spent $100 because you have a keytar collection and you didn't already have this one, and you were expecting it to just be this, and then it is vaguely competent, I don't know how to handle this. But on that note, let's real quick do one last thing, which is going to be finding out what the microphone jack on the Special Sound Effects My Song Maker keytar is. Let's find out what those are, because I'm interested. Anyway, if you would like to support me in having more batteries so I'm not constantly switching them between all 22 keytars, I have 22 keytars and maybe like 9 functional sets of batteries. Buddy, we gotta stop that. It's probably more than 22 keytars. Like, do we count this? Is this a keytar? We just don't know at this point. Alright, microphone in. Oh, cool! It does make noise, but it's like... That's the noise you make. That's what things sound like. Alright, let's see which wins. Do these flash? It flashes faster on it flashes faster on Machine Gun 2 than the other ones. That's weird. Okay. Oh. Anyway, I would like to thank everybody who wasted time watching this for watching this with me. And on that note, I was gonna just let you guys leave, but I gotta tell a little bit of a story real fast. Anyway, my camera is alerting me that I'm running out of memory space. So on that note, I would like to thank everybody who's been here for this. I don't know what it was. If you are interested in getting a keytar and you don't care about quality, this might not be a terrible option. I'm gonna put some video of the cat here now. Thanks everybody, bye-bye. How did I end up with this many? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,